Okay, hi guys. This is part 9 of me trying to automate the PowerPoint presentation using Copilot Kit and deep agents in the background. Just an hour back, when we were doing part 8, we managed to do a lot of things. We managed to build our agent, which is this one. Uh, and then do the front end part of creating this right hand side kind of a copilot thing that we can use in the slide deck. Now in this part I will focus more on making slides better, more beautiful, more contentful, more, I think this will be more designer based kind of a session. Okay, let's start with this. And few things I have to do is have to uh, I have to get I will switch my OpenAI chat OpenAI to Azure chat OpenAI is the first thing I will do. And then I have to get it here, and I need to add some environment variables. Okay, now now I need to get this Azure chat OpenAI. Azure config.py. Okay, def Azure config, and what I need to do is let me change this. Azure API key is Azure OpenAI API key, then API version is not required idly. Then model name chat GPT 4.1 we can do. Then we have base URL, which is this thing. and this is fine. Then we can say, okay, config is equal to this. Then we can say if config dot temperature, and we return the config. Let me just okay, I'm not using JavaScript. I always forget this. Okay, so let's go here. Let's say get okay, got it. So this is chat OpenAI only, and let's go here. Def Azure config. Okay, so I think this should be fine. Wherein we are using OpenAI now. Let's just reload. Sorry. Okay, let's just do this. 1 minute. Okay, let's go here and takes one position, but two were given. Where is this? Build agent chat OpenAI config. Hmm, I have doubts, Maya. Can you check if this is correct? I think this will not work. I'm using the Open AI endpoint from Azure, hence chat OpenAI should work fine. Okay, this should be fine. Okay, let's go back. Let's just reload it. Okay, this is not running. Okay, this is running now. Let's just restart. Okay, so let's do hello just to test this. Okay, that didn't work. Okay, temperature doesn't work with 0.3 in this model because this is chart 5.2. Let's go to temperature. Is temperature in this? Temperature is always 1. Okay, let's just restart. Let's just do a reload once. This is fine. Okay, let's do hello now. Okay, this works better. Okay, let's say, can you create a slide on the history of Taj Mahal? Okay, it's saying I can build it, confirm. What happened? Research. Mhm. I think something is off. I will ask ChatGPT 5.2 to review it, review our backend agent.py to fully understand, fully check that its approach and underlining agents. Underlying agents. Sorry guys, this is चल रहा है. So hello, can you recommend some course or path to be able to understand and work real on web development projects? I don't know about course, to be honest. The path I would take now is something, everything is React or Next.js based. 99% of the website are React and Next.js based. And second point is, if you want to build using a framework, then Framer is also really good. This is two things. I don't know how much you know about web development, but I think you should definitely know something about the HTML, CSS, JavaScript part. These are fundamental, but don't spend a lot of time on that. You should really focus on React uh, and Tailwind CSS. These are the two things that are used extensively now. And once you get the Tailwind CSS and React, you can start using for UI sheds and UI and different kind of blocks. I think this is the only thing. If you know React and Tailwind CSS, you are really on. Why it's getting all churn. You will like most likely do anything. So for web development, I think React and Tailwind CSS, just work on that. You can watch any video or course. Just start with it, and you can work on projects to start with to learn something. You can always customize this Copilot on the right hand side with your own system instructions. That I am a beginner in web development and I'm understanding or trying to learn React and Tailwind CSS, so you can customize the Copilot, and it will give you answers like a beginner, that okay, this is what you have done wrong, this is what you should have done, this is something that you should be doing. 1 minute. Okay, so I think this is the only thing that you can do with web development. Okay, I will wait for this. Thanks for responding. I'm asking from a point of view from a student of a finance background, CA, who wants to build a career in that field. Man, why do you want to do web development? If I think I am a CA myself, by the way, and the reason I learned coding and everything is because I was in the digital transformation uh, team of PricewaterhouseCoopers, and a lot of projects that I was working there required coding knowledge, coding or technical knowledge, whatever you call it. This is the reason that I started learning coding or whatnot. Uh, so I don't know why you want to do web development, but as you said, that even if you have a finance background, my approach would be that you find your niche, basically something that this is CA, and you say, okay, what extra skill that you need to make it better, so that um, so basically they combine, and this intersection of this makes you better. Either I would say make you earn better, make you more skillful. There are market requirements for that. So basically, I would say that if you feel that the CA or whatever field in the CA that you are in helps you in web development, then you can really learn it. But I don't think being a CA you should do web development. I don't see much benefit of just web development. Maybe you can think of doing Python, data engineering, machine learning, something of that sort. Because if you go into the finance field where a lot of data is there and lot of number crunching required, then I think you should definitely think on that aspect rather just doing web development. I don't think you should do web development. Not what I would do. That's my personal recommendation, suggestion, whatever you call it. Quick pass over the rest of our to understand article. Okay. Perform the final review. I think even coding now doesn't have a lot of benefit when there's AI coming along. I think the aim of people or the students now should be that if there is a problem in a certain field or the kind of work that you are doing, and you feel that okay, this problem is not something that I feel, but all of the people in the industry or the functionality or the function unit that you're working on, and you see that okay, this thing can be solved either through code or some kind of automation or some kind of other tools. I think uh, the focus should be on upskilling yourself on using tools, AI and different kind of things so that you solve real world problems. I really don't think web development is something that you are solving a real world problem, because web development or um, these projects is something I personally feel will become obsolete in I think in a year or so. This is something my guess, because AI is advancing so fast. Web development is nothing for AI at this moment. It can do web development really fast. So I think what AI currently cannot do is that it cannot solve real world problems. Like real world problems, when I say, is that someone as a person has to tell AI, okay, this is a problem and I need a solution for it, and then you help AI to build a solution for the problem. Otherwise, like web development and all is not something I would say. It's just a graphical interface of a certain kind of an idea, but that is something AI can do very fast. Okay, let's just do a reload here. Before I go further, I want to check if this is working fine or not. Okay, let's say hello. How can I help with your presentation today? Can you make a good slide on the history of the Constitution of India? By the way, I need to add thinking, what is thinking and stuff like that. Yeah, it did research 2 times history of the Constitution, milestones, assembly, Indian Constitution, forms and dates, design system, its thinking, typography, visual style, Okay, it just thought of the design system. Now let's see. Everything was done, but the slide was not created. I'm ready to build this slide. I'm missing one key point. Please paste or confirm narratives. Narrative builds, but you want use history. Once you share them, I will create. Okay, I think there is some problem with the last agent slash story teller in agent py, wherein it always sends back a problem like it is always asking for information slash bullet points from the user. Check if something is wrong with it. So basically in our agent.py, so what up to now is definitely working fine is that it is doing research. This is the first agent that will do research. Then we have the designer, and definitely the design system is there. The designer is working fine. Which slide layout, that will be there, tone and everything. It also thought of what should be there. Architect, so storyteller, I think this is also working fine. I think the architect is having a problem. It's just a saying that I am ready to build this slide, but I'm missing one key point input. Please paste or confirm this. Okay, I think something is just a little off. Let's just, I'm going to locate where that missing build behavior is coming from, then patch the orchestra and so the system generate draft by default. Instead of blocking, I'm going to update the orchestrator story and runner so that runner by default to general knowledge. Nothing broken. It's a prompt behavior when the system doesn't have explicit because user didn't provide or research isn't available. It's blocking, but I change past the prompt and to make this non-blocking. Okay, let's just do one more time. I still feel that it will create generic slides. These are not like wow slides, like a beautiful slides. I think we have to change a lot of stuff in the designing aspect and how they do it. Okay, uh, can you create a good slide on the history of, I would say, Taj Mahal, something of that sort? Okay, so it did a research, construction, 5 results. Yeah, so research happened. Nothing happened. Something is off still. And why did it ended There's nothing here. Let me restart. Can you create a slide on the history of, let's say, Eiffel Tower? It did 5 times. So research is definitely working fine. Something is off. I think designing is also working fine. Designing, no, no, something is off. I must say the article confused between future points in CA. That's why I thought to pursue in the IT sector with the degree kindly guide. And with and the IT sector is fine. See, even if you are a CA or in the finance background, a lot of companies like PwC or any big four, uh, they have merged two departments together, which they call it now transformation projects, wherein even if you're a finance professional, you need to know the technology part now in these companies. So what they do is now, even if one project comes in and you say, okay, I want to combine, once project comes in and you say, okay, supposedly you are building a balance sheet or you are building some kind of a cash flow. Now cash flow would require reconciliations or different kind of aspects. So how do you can make cash flow calculation or reconciliation better? This is one of the key points, or the key major, I would say, pain points in a lot of companies. And for this to happen, what is, as I said, that you need finance or the CA. The second thing is you need the knowledge of technology. So this thing has combined together in a lot of companies now. The second thing is, please do your CA. The technology IT sector is very bad at the moment. The layoffs are real, and see, there should be bread on the table at the night. That is something you need to really care about. Your Whether you want to pursue a career in the IT sector, you can also figure this out later. But if you're a CA, at least you will earn 50, 60,000 rupees per month. So even if you like it or not, I would say just clear your CA, then you can figure out what you want to do next. Because at least, as I said, that IT sector is so bad at the moment. There's not much jobs. AI is already killing the IT sector, and if you are CA, definitely CA is not something that AI gonna touch very soon. So I would say that you clear the CA, and you can figure out later if you want to do further into IT sector, technology sector, whatever you feel like doing. So this is my suggestion for you. Now, coming back to here, let's give it to Opus. Can you check? Okay, before I give it, let me just start with this myself. So we have skills directly, which is fine. You are this is strategic coordinator. You are specialized agent, researcher, storyteller, chronology, structure, emotional arcs, hooks, user needs, compelling flow. Build slides using front-end tools. Create a presentation about this. You take tasks, key facts, design themes, structure narratives, and build the presentation using narrative structure and the design theme. Click quick slide edit. User change the content research, improve narrative. Delegation rules, always delegate for every action. Never respond directly with content, one agent at a time. Delegating next. I think this is something I'm not sure. At the moment, it's fine, but okay. Pass context forward, include relevant results from previous agents in task descriptions. Be specific, give clear and detailed task descriptions, respect expertise. Do not block on user provided bullets. Transformation compelling narratives. You understand emotional arcs and how to make. You have no tools. Your expertise is narrative structure. The user to place bullets as a prerequisite. If user missing a thing, still produce the best effort set of bullets or general knowledge. Slide by slide outline. Always call get slide canvas if you need exact width or height. We have tools, we have LLM. I think something is not right. Okay, check why the copilot kit slash backend interrupts slash uh, cancel building the slide. Building the slide. When going from one agent to another, it somehow doesn't build the final PPT using the front end tools. In the recent test, it failed after I asked it to create a slide on the history of. Okay, let's just wait. Okay, let's wait for this to complete. By the way, do we have MCP running? Yeah, we have this MCP running. See, okay. Okay, Martin now stopping before the architect slide because okay, we had to include middleware at the sub agent level also. Okay, so we have this, okay, and the architect level also. Okay, let's reload this. Okay. Hi, can you make a slide on the history of Taj Mahal? Nothing got built. Okay. Then I tried again, but still, but even though it says that the build was done, I don't see anything being done on the front end. This was the conversation. Okay, I am still not sure why this is not working. That it built the slide on the end happened and it suggests that let me do this. Okay, something is not correct. I think. Let me restart this server. Okay, it says the sub agent cannot call tools or the front end tools. So this is changing the architecture. Okay. So the orchestrator will directly use the front end. You can also remove the architect prompts. It's no longer used. Okay, let's just reload this once more. Let's go to our backend. Let's restart this. And this seems fine. We don't have architect now because the orchestrator will do the architecture work. Let's go in here. It says compiling. It has compiled. Okay, that is Mhm. Let me start this for PowerPoint. Let's just do this. Add-ins, slide hero next. Yeah, so now we see this. So what you can do is just delete this part. And let's see, I can you make a slide on the history of computers? No, the slide is still not created. Something seems to be off. There are no logs here. And there are no logs here. Nope. The front end tools are never called by the agent.py is running fine, but I don't see any front end tools being called by the agent from the by the agent. Okay, nothing is working. Okay, let's try this once more. Let me do a reload. I should have used turbo here. Think it was taking a lot of time to reload. So this is compiling. Okay, it has compiled and we have this running. Let's just do it's building but done in 4372 milliseconds, almost 4 seconds, 5 seconds to okay. It's not working. Okay, let's say, can you add a new blank slide? I just want to sure that it can do few things. Yeah, so this is working fine, and if I go into this, it says tool arcs. There is nothing. Tool calls one invoked tool call at blank. There are no tool call start, call result in this. Okay, can you create a slide on the history of Taj Mahal? It created a new slide now. Yeah, it is doing something. But it created a very, very bad slide. Okay, this is the current log. I think the tools are being called now, but sub agents doesn't seem to be working. Okay. Okay, let's try this once more. Let me restart the backend server. Let's come here and just do a reload. I don't know why reload takes so much time. Okay, finally it reloaded. Let me just do one more reload. And it's I'm not sure why it takes so much time to reload. Maybe it's the build process which is taking a lot of time. It's okay. Okay. Can you add a new blank slide? Let's just check this once. Okay, something happened. Okay, let's restart our server now. It says it is done. Let's just restart this. I'm still not sure why this takes a lot of time to reload. And this takes an eternity to reload. I think it is the build process, this .next build, which take time. Otherwise, I don't have any reason why this is happening. Okay, now it came. Can you add a new blank slide? Start with this. Okay, this is added. Let's just see here. So now we have 22 tools, which should be good. Let's say, can you build a slide on the history of Taj Mahal? Okay, I think the tools are working now, but somehow the sub agents for research, designing, and other aspects are not being used. Let me check here. Create deep agent. Okay, can we also do a debugging of when any sub agent is called by the orchestrator? Okay, let me restart this. Let's just wait for this to start, and let's just reload. Okay, looks like reloaded. Let's just remove this. Inspect element. Let's just take to console. Delete this. Can you? This is something is off. Most likely. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't work. Okay, let's go to console. Can you make a nice slide on the history of Taj Mahal? Okay. Okay. I think still no. One minute, guys. Network. Okay, sorry. Okay, looking at the logs, okay, this is calling task, see pending call task the first time, but my debug code isn't properly extracting the details. Okay, it says it has done something. Let's just restart this backend server. Let me reload. The reload takes an eternity. I don't know why. Somehow it does this. And it show up then. I don't know why this is taking so much time. Sorry. I think okay. Let's say let's just reload once more. I think my biggest debugging should be on why this is taking a lot of time. I don't know why. Okay. Let's say hello. Can you build a slide on the history of computers? So it added a new slide, so I can see it has done slides add blank. It just created something like how can this be built? This looks so bad. Okay, what happened is, okay, let's start from here. It happened here. So it did this add blank, then orchestrate root calls. It says front end tool. It says shapes underscore batch add. It did that, but I don't see sub agents field called. Just give it here. Okay. Always use subagents for new presentations. What I can change here is new presentation slash slides. Okay, now let's run this and let's just reload. I don't know why this takes a lot of time. Okay, it came. Can you create a slide on the history of computers? Okay, so this is running. Yeah, sub agent call now. Now it is happening. Too fast is the audience, and you want single generalized slide. So it should be one slide. Okay, it created a slide. It seems better than before, but It looks shitty only. Okay. It just used storyteller two times. It did it to researcher, but it didn't use designer. I think I have to do better prompting for this, and then it would be better. I would say the design looks really bad. Use the designer and make this entire slide better. Okay, so now it went to designer. Okay, okay, still better than before. Not that great. I think I have to uh, give it more context around how to create good looking slide, like how this is a timeline. It should be something like this, right? Okay, okay. have to rework on few things and tell it to create better slides. And I have to write better things, I guess, on how to use this. Okay, I will think and come out with a strategy of how to design better slides, and then I will give it to our this agent here that how it should be creating slides. I don't think at the moment, even though it works fine, but I think it's not doing everything correctly. So after this, I think I will work on this and come back. I will do a little more research on how to give context or skills better to design slides, and then I can tell the. Okay, cool. I will come with this as a better approach on designing. Cool. Thank you.